Cheers, Muses. I'm Erica Papayamposi, and welcome to another episode of Suits Souls by EPP, where I inspire you with timeless, classic, prim looks from my boudoir. And as always, please hang out until the end for the mini photo shoot that I provide for you at the conclusion of every episode. And in today's episode, we're going to be styling 3 looks for you, all in, they call it mellow yellow. That's right, 3 looks all in yellow. Now, I don't have much yellow in my wardrobe, so this one is pretty new for me in terms of styling looks around yellow. Because I don't have a lot of yellow in my wardrobe, I actually recently purchased something, not specifically for this shoot, but I actually styled the shoot because of what I purchased, my recent acquisition in yellow. So let's get started with look number 1, which is the recent acquisition. We are starting with this loungewear set. Now, you all have liked every loungewear set that I have styled for you thus far since the inception of this channel. And I'm betting that this loungewear set, this 2-piece striped yellow loungewear set will be no exception. It's wonderful. This is when I first saw this set, I had like a visceral reaction to it. It's very appealing, very striking. Of course, yellow is very striking and very appealing, especially this shade of yellow, but this material, it's very comfortable. It feels fantastic on the skin. It's a linen blend, but it moves beautifully. It's billowy, as in these beautiful, wide, very dramatic sleeves. Now, of course, the top is cut like a kimono. There it is, ties in the center there to pull that waist in, to contour it. And then, of course, ties on over to the side with the belting here, as you can tell in the video. But the other thing, the design feature that I really, really find beautiful about this set is the juxtaposition of the vertical stripes with the horizontal cuffs, as is mimicked on the trousers. Look here. See that? It's beautiful. Again, it is so comfortable. It just makes you want to lounge and relax. And I really am pleased with this acquisition. Tell me what you think about it. What did I accessorize with this look? I went with this Botiker satchel. It's a leather satchel here that I have had in my collection, my collezione, for some time. This really metal, heavy duty metal handle here on top. Of course, it has a sleeve in the bottom. I don't know if many of you have heard of the brand Botiker before, but I have about 4 of these in my collection, and they are beautifully made, well constructed, just great designs. And it comes with a strap for crossbody shoulder wear. Yes, just beautiful. Again, I have these in a number of colors. As you can tell from other looks that I've styled for you, I really love little, almost like not mini necessarily, but I would say medium to small size satchels. And this, of course, is no exception. Again, 100% leather, very cost-effective brand, not expensive or pricey at all. But I don't hear a lot of people discussing this particular handbag designer. But I will link the company for you in the description below. I've had this one, I think, as the others, I think I've had these all about 10 years, and they're just so well crafted, great construction. The quality of the material is outstanding, and you can't go wrong with these. The shoes, the soles that I styled with this look is this little Zara 2.5-inch heel. Yep, these leather city sandals here. All leather again. This is when Zara was still making leather shoes and not charging you astronomical amounts for the leather shoes that they are making now. These were literally I think about $60. The leather is phenomenal. It is like a goat leather, lambskin leather, I think. They just feel fantastic. I have had these, I think, about 7, 8 years. I actually purchased these abroad, not in the States, but they're just wonderful. They're fantastic. But don't you think that this was a beautiful look with the loungewear set, right? Wonderful. Tell me what you think about this pinstripe yellow and white look. Of course, I love the accessories. I think you will too. Yes? And in terms of the hardware, I'm not a big fan of mixing metals. I really do like my metals to match. I know that you can do it. It's not a big thing to do it or not do it now. But I'm that kind of person. I love symmetry. I love balance. And I love it when everything is in harmony. I think it's the musician in me. Yes. But all of my metals I did in silver. I did not do in gold, as you might imagine, because I wanted to cool the look down. Yes, I did. As we did with all of the other looks as well, the other two looks as well. I went with silver hardware and jewelry for all of the other looks because I wanted to cool the look down, because yellow, again, is very visceral. It's very striking. So let me know what you think about look number 1. Look number 1. Okay, moving on to look number 2. And we're all 3 of these looks can really go in terms of the order that I'm showing them to you, from day to evening, from day to evening. These are like spring, summer looks that will take you from day to evening. So you could literally wear all 3 of these looks in one day for like brunch, right? The second look you can do is like a garden party look, you know, and then the third look, baby, talking about that special evening dinner date that will obviously turn into a very special date if you wear this look. But let's not get ahead of myself. Let's not get ahead of myself. Moving on to look number 2. In this, again, as I said, this little cute dress that has like a garden party feel to it, that wraps on the side here. And as you can tell, it actually unties here. It has like this apron detailing here. It zips on the side so that you can get into it for easy access. There you go. There's a zipper here on the side, and then you can just tie it here for this apron. Now, this apron effect is obviously a great design feature because it can be very forgiving if you have a little tummy that you're trying to hide, right? And of course, these just really billowy sleeves here. Yes, very dramatic sleeves, ruffled sleeves, right? With this boat neck here. Look at that. Really cute dress. Now, I have a story with this dress, behind this dress. How many of you know that the castle from Cinderella is modeled after a castle in the Bavarian Alps called Neuschwanstein? Neuschwanstein was built by the Mad King Ludwig. To this day, his death it was ruled under mysterious circumstances. He was found face down in a pond of water with no one really knowing how his death occurred or took place. They think that it was an assassination attempt of some sort, but he was mad. He was absolutely insane and off of his rocker. I had the personal privilege, honor, and pleasure of visiting this castle. I wore this dress. This was in 2006. I was in the Bavarian Alps because I was singing for the 250th centennial of Mozart's birth. Yes, which was an honor. We were going to be going, we had like a 3-week tour where we were going to be performing in a number of churches throughout the Bavarian Alps, throughout Germany and what have you, Austria, Germany. We did this bus tour once we got over there. One of our excursions, our day trips, was to Neuschwanstein. And we are walking now. If you imagine, of course, I'm going to pop pictures up here for you. We're walking up this very steep incline. Now, little backstory. We were not told that we needed to dress a certain way. We were not told that we needed certain shoe wear. We were not told of the terrain that we were about to embark upon just to get to the doggone castle. We weren't told anything. We were just told that we were going on this excursion. Yeah. So here we are. I have this dress on. Exhibit A. And I had on the cutest, I no longer have them, but I had on the cutest little wedges, little white wedges to go with this. I mean, I was super cute, but I was really mad. I was angry because no one told us that we shouldn't have dressed for the type of terrain that we had to navigate and negotiate just to get to the doggone castle. And I am mad. I'm angry. I'm huffing and I'm puffing. I'm sweating in my cute little dress here. Again, 2006. This dress is that old. And this little child, without missing a beat, while I'm struggling and suffering and sweating in the Bavarian Alps in the middle of July, this little child walked over to me, dragging his parent over, a little boy, dragging his parent over with him, right over to me. And without missing a beat, he says, "Papa, chocolate, chocolate." The child had never seen a Black person before. Never. And he was innocent. The child had to be at 3 or 4 years old. So he had no idea. You could tell by the glee in his face. And it wasn't anything that was, he wasn't being mean, or it wasn't something, he just had never seen a Black person before. So there was no animus behind it or anything. You could tell it was just in sweet innocence that he was pointing out to his parent that I was a Black person. I was a chocolate person. And he wanted to know if he could touch my skin. The child, a 3-4-year-old child. Of course, the parent turned beet red, apologized profusely, but the child started crying because he wanted to hug me and touch me. So I let him. Yes, that is the story connected to this dress. Yes, and I keep it for that reason, because it was a day. Now, once we got into the castle, everything was fine, and going downhill, of course, we had to go up really, again, steep incline to get to the castle itself. But coming down, we could, you can coast going down. So it wasn't that much of a problem. But I was fit to be tied having to get up to that doggone castle in this cute little summery, frilly little, mini dress from Forever 21. Forever 21. So that is why I keep this dress from 2006 and the story behind it. Now, again, the accessories that I went with for this dress is, let me see, make sure that I have the shoes here at the ready. I went with my little satchel from Nina Shoes, which you have seen many times in other looks that I have done for you in past episodes. You know how much I love these. You know how much I love these. You can find these in my Like to Know shop. They are all linked there, which you can access via the description. Again, I inevitably get questions about something, but for the record, I always link everything in the description if indeed it is available. If it is not available, I still list what it is and if it's sold out or if it's old or whatever, because I want you to know, I want you to have access to the information. So yes, Nina Shoes, these are still available. I am positive of it. And again, you can access the link to it in the description or in my Like to Know shop via Instagram, right? Fantastic. Again, comes with a crossbody chain and crossbody shoulder chain. Yeah. But substantial, beautiful. You know that I love the little rhinestone ball here, the clasp for opening and closing. It's just stunning. This metallic little satchel, I am in love with it, And again, what? I love satchels. I really do. These are just so elegant and elevated and simple, but still elevated, right? and just substantial. I can't tell you how well made these are. All of them have this really substantial, well-crafted metal handle on them. Again, remember I said that I cooled the looks down because yellow in and of itself can be a very striking visceral color. So I went with these mules from Dolce Vita. Yes. How wonderful. I have had these mules, which are 2.5, 3 inches. I have had these for some time. These are similar to the Badgley Mischkas that I wore in the pink and gold episode of mine. Pink and gold, yes. Very similar cut, both satin. They both fit very well and very similarly on my feet. The little rhinestone detailing that you see here on the side does not come with the shoe. It is detachable. Yes, it is. I got these on Amazon. The package that I purchased has a rectangular option in it, as well as this circular option. I will link them for you below, of course. But these are just fantastic for adorning and dressing up a shoe. I told you, whenever possible, do something that is tasteful, that allows you to stand out, right? And something you're just not going to see everyone else in. Yes, I hate looking like everybody else. I really do. I really do put thought into looking like myself and really bringing to the fore my own personality in whatever I wear and whatever I do. That is why you are here, right? To explore and express your own uniqueness in the world. And I love doing that through clothing and the stage, right? I was able to do both of them at the same time, but now doing that here for you really still brings me much joy. So I will link those for you below again. And also the glasses here, I wore with that look also. Yes, Amazon, I will link them for you. That was look number 3 in that cute little garden party look, right? Number 3. Now, number three. This is a sexy look. It really is. And the thing that I really am joyful about in this look is the nostalgia that it brought me when I was putting it together that I really wanted to share with you. I have a connection to Josephine Baker. I wrote, directed, performed, danced in a one woman stage play on her life. Yes, I wrote the dialogue in between the actual music. There was music that she had sung that was not in what we call sheet music form, that had to be recreated from scratch because there was no sheet music that existed. I performed this in 2018-19. In 2018-19, and I did 6 shows over a weekend, and they were all sold out. Not only did I have the honor and privilege of bringing to life, bringing to the stage a woman next to Grace Bumbry that I think most speaks to the tenor of my career. In 2021, in the south of France, I had the honor and privilege of going to visit her grave on my birthday. It was the joy of my life, one of the major joys, because I've had many, of my life. My manager, who is from Nice, France, arranged for, and it was on a holiday. So a lot of people are not aware, you're probably not aware, but in Europe, cemeteries are closed on holidays. Yeah. However, he was able to arrange for me, because there was a holiday going on at the time. I was there performing, but he knew it was something that I wanted to do, and that would have been very meaningful for me. But he actually arranged for the groundskeepers to open the cemetery for me so that I could be with Josephine Baker on my birthday.
What is your emotion Oh my God, I am so excited. This is a fantastic moment in my life. On my birthday today, April 18th, I have the honor and the privilege and pleasure of standing at the actual burial site of the Josephine Baker, who was a pivotal figure in French history and an expatriate of the United States from East St. Louis, but became incredibly famous in the 1920s into the 30s here in France. Received a ceremonial grand burial fitting of a queen at the time when she passed in 1975, and she actually died on April 12th. So this is April 18th. She died on April 12th, and I have the honor and pleasure of being here at her grave. Also, fun fact, the French government, under the leadership of Macron, actually passed an edict that she would officially, formally be interred and buried at the Pantheon in Paris, but her actual remains are still here. So her formal burial site is the Pantheon in Paris, which is reserved for only important dignitaries, important people in French history. But her actual remains are still very much right here, where they've been since she passed April 12th, 1975. So couldn't be more happy today on my birthday.
I was so happy and in my joy that day to be standing at her grave. And she is actually buried next to her third husband, Josephine Baker. I mean, she had a life that I could only, in my dreams, imagine. But yes, she's buried next to her third husband. She is the only African American. She's the only female that is currently entombed posthumously at the Pantheon in Paris. Now, I just said to you that she's actually buried in the cemetery in the south of France. Yes, she's actually buried in the cemetery in Monaco because all of her funeral arrangements were made by one of her dear friends, the Grace Kelly. That's right, of Monaco. Our Princess Grace, yes. And they were dear friends because she was almost destitute at the time of her passing because she gave all of her love, time, and money to 14 children that she adopted. Yeah. No biological children her entire life, but she adopted her rainbow tribe, as she called them. But Josephine Baker, oh my gosh, she's a woman of the ages, and I don't understand why she's not more celebrated in this country, just like Grace Bumbry. And I can't tell you, it's just an experience that, as you can probably tell, I'm just blushing and gushing about because I just didn't think that I would ever have the opportunity to just do that and just sit with her for a while. Now, again, I told you that she's posthumously buried in the Pantheon. Yes. So her remains were never removed because her family forbid it. Her son, and one of her sons in particular, forbid the disruption of her actual remains where she is in the Monaco cemetery. But yes, it was wonderful. And Macron, the president of France, actually did the honors himself of doing this. I mean, her remains were, it was all symbolic, but flown over to the Pantheon from Monaco, the airport in Monaco, in Nice, actually, by the military guard. Because she was also part of the French resistance. There are so many things I could tell you about Josephine Baker, but let me not just drudge on about Josephine Baker and get to my other connection with her from the stage. So the shoes that I styled with this look are the shoes that I wore in the stage play that I performed in honor of her life. Yes, but let me start with the basics. I started with this blazer. This suit coat, yes, it actually is an entire suit, fully lined, of course. I did not do the trouser today because I really wanted something that was going to accentuate and serve as a platform for the shoes. Yeah, the shoes are everything. The shoes made this look. These shoes are the look. But yes, I started with this double-breasted blazer. Again, it's a full suit from Zara that I actually purchased in France, which is another reason that I wore this look, because I purchased it at the Zara on the main thoroughway in Monaco. Now, I told you my manager is from Nice, so you actually literally have Cannes, Monaco, Nice. They're all right next to each other, like next door. You know, it's like being across the street from your next township over, you know, very close. Yes. So I bought this in the south of France. Yes. At the same trip that I visited her grave. Ha ha. I layered with his rhinestone net skirt. Yes, there is a split on the side here. Very sexy. Yes. And so indicative of something that Josephine herself would have worn from the stage, right? Look at this. Just fire. When you see this, come on now, it just exudes sex appeal. Anything like this netting, rhinestone netting here, beautiful, right? That I layered under the blazer again. Sure did. Look at this. And of course, I also did that because the buttons on the blazer are black. It just all came together for this look. I didn't have a problem styling this look together at all. It really did come full form for me. Now, as I said, the piece de resistance of the entire look are these shoes that are just over my shoulder here. Remember I told you that I have Badgley Mischkas that are for the stage? Almost all of my grandest shoes for the stage that I have ever worn are Badgley Mischka. Look at these. Another design detail about these satin city sandals, all satin, besides this beautiful satin bow here and the feathers, as you can tell. Are these not fit for the stage? But the design feature that really do this and just leaves me fit to be tied on these shoes is the butterfly that it is adorned with, the rhinestone butterfly, which is meaningful to me. Black butterfly, yes, butterflies, because my last name, Papillon, means butterflies. Yes, it does. Huh? Come on now, come on. You can't tell me nothing when I'm wearing these. Just beautiful. Another reason that I wore these during that performance is because one of her favorite songs to perform, Josephine Baker that is, was Blackbird. Why you won't fly, blackbird? You ain't never gonna fly. Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't never gonna fly. No place big enough for holding all the tears you're gonna cry. 'Cause your mama's name is lonely and your daddy's name is pain. And they call you Little Sorrow, 'cause you'll never love again. So why you won't fly, blackbird? You ain't never gonna fly. I always say that anytime I have the opportunity to honor her, I would, because the lyrics to that song, she sung because they were so much of what she experienced in her life and how she really did look at herself in terms of her experience, her joys, her sorrows, and the travails, the experiences that it took her to get to become the great La Baker, the Black Pearl, Josephine Baker. And I promised her that I would always honor her before leaving her grave whenever I had the opportunity. So that is my opportunity to publicly honor her once more. Josephine Baker. Again, these are Badgley Mischka in satin, incredible footbed, as you can tell, outfitted with this silver metallic material there, but really highlighted by the feathers, right? And the butterfly, because my last name means what? Butterfly. Papillon is butterfly. Yes! So that was this look. That was this entire look. Do you not think this is sexy? Let me know what you think about this, right? Just stellar. Come on. This is grandeur, the height of grandeur, which was, for a woman who actually walked with a tiger that had a diamond encrusted choker on down the Champs-Elysees in Paris. Come on, would you expect anything less, right? So that is look number 3. Oh, I got so wrapped up in my story, I forgot to show you the bag that I also designed and styled with this look. This bag is another of my Nina shoes acquisition. And baby, come on now. Does this bag, again, satin, it's all satin. I have this in silver as well, adorned with this almost like a harness, right? This detailing, this rhinestone detailing that comes around the circumference of the bag and then serves as the handle of the satchel itself. Come on now, is this not boss or what? What? Come on. Tell me what you think about this. Again, this is from Nina Shoes. I will link it for you if indeed it is still available. Again, I have had this bag. Actually, this is a more recent acquisition for me. When I say recent, I have had this bag, I think about 2 years now, but I have seen them recently. So tell me what you think. Look number 3 and the story behind my connection to Josephine Baker, which I'm so honored and proud to say that I have, right? Thank you so very much, Muses, for joining me on this episode of Suits Souls by EPP. And before you leave me, don't forget to, or after you leave me, don't forget to head on over to Instagram and follow me there at Suits Souls by EPP. And if you're not already doing so, please hit that like and subscribe button for notifications on all new episodes. But until we meet again, à bientôt, Muses. Bye. Cause they call you Little Sorrow, cause you'll never love again. So why you won't fly, blackbird? You ain't never gonna fly. Why you wanna fly, blackbird? You ain't never gonna fly.